something deeply disturbing comes to the surface in the world, it shakes you. It makes you question everything. How can this exist? How can people do this? Where is the light? Here is a way to understand it through the language of light. Every human being carries energy. Influence is energy. Wealth is energy. Charisma is energy. Power is energy. Energy itself is neutral. What matters is the integrity of the person holding it. When strong energy flows through someone who has weak boundaries, no humility, and no conscience, it distorts. And the bigger the influence, the bigger the distortion when it turns dark. That distortion can harm many people, especially the vulnerable. Light does not force itself, it allows choice. That is the sacred risk of free will. Without free will, there would be no real goodness, no real love, no real courage. But free will also means some people choose selfishness over care, secrecy over truth, control over protection. Darkness survives in secrecy. It grows in silence, it feeds on fear. But darkness is unstable. It eventually collapses under its own weight. When hidden corruption is exposed, it feels chaotic, it feels shocking. But exposure is not the victory of darkness. It is often the beginning of its end. When light presses in, what was hidden becomes visible. And visibility creates the opportunity for accountability, for boundaries, for protection, for systems to change. This does not erase harm, especially when children or vulnerable people are involved. Nothing makes that acceptable. Light does not excuse abuse. Light defends innocence. Light calls out misuse of power. Light demands integrity. So what do you do when you see these things in the world? You strengthen your own vessel. You live with clear boundaries. You speak truth when it is safe and wise to do so. You protect those who cannot protect themselves. You refuse to normalize what is not aligned with dignity. You may not be able to fix the entire world, but every time you choose integrity over silence, courage over comfort, and protection over complicity, you increase the light. And light, even in small amounts, changes everything. People are not born evil. They are born open, sensitive, capable of love, capable of fear, capable of choice. What you call evil is usually the result of layers of distortion. It often begins with pain that is not healed, trauma that is denied, shame that is buried. When pain is not faced with courage and support, it can harden. A heart can slowly close as a survival strategy. And when a heart closes, empathy weakens. Then something else happens. Instead of feeling their own wound, a person may try to control others to avoid feeling powerless. Instead of healing their insecurity, they may seek dominance. Instead of facing their emptiness, they may chase power, pleasure, or admiration. Over time, this pattern becomes identity. Evil is not a mystical substance that enters someone. It is what grows when conscience is repeatedly ignored. Empathy is shut down. Power is used without boundaries. Accountability is avoided. Harm is justified instead of corrected. Each time a person crosses their own inner line and refuses to reflect, something dulls. If this continues long enough, they can become disconnected from their own humanity. There are also environmental factors: abuse, neglect, ideologies that normalize cruelty, systems that reward exploitation. None of these excuse harm, but they help explain how distortion multiplies. And here is something important. The capacity for harm exists in all humans in small ways, not in extreme forms necessarily, but in moments of selfishness, anger, or avoidance. The difference between ordinary human weakness and destructive evil is awareness and correction. Healthy people feel remorse, they repair, they strengthen their integrity, they build boundaries so they do not repeat harm. When someone stops caring about repair, stops feeling remorse, and begins enjoying control or cruelty, that is when distortion deepens. Light grows through self-reflection, darkness grows through denial. This is why your own inner work matters so much. Every time you face your shadow honestly instead of projecting it outward, you prevent distortion from taking root. Every time you choose integrity when no one is watching, you strengthen your character. Evil is not created in a single moment. It is created through repeated choices away from empathy and truth. And the opposite is also true. Goodness is created through repeated choices toward responsibility, boundaries, compassion, and courage. You do not become light by pretending darkness does not exist. You become light by refusing to let it rule you. A blessing during the times of unveiling. May you remain steady as the veils lift. When hidden things rise to the surface of this world, may your heart not harden. May your nervous system stay calm. May you remember that exposure is not the triumph of darkness, but the beginning of truth breathing again. May you have the strength to see clearly without losing your tenderness. May you hold strong boundaries without closing your compassion. May your integrity become your shelter. May your discernment become your shield. May your voice carry wisdom instead of reaction. In these times of unveiling, when illusions fall and systems tremble, may you not be shaken from your center. Let what is false collapse. Let what is corrupt dissolve, and let what is real, honest, and life-giving remain. May you protect the innocent in the ways you are able. May you refuse to normalize what wounds the soul. May you choose courage over silence, but always guided by wisdom. If chaos swirls around you, may your inner flame stay steady. If fear tries to grip you, may you breathe and remember who you are. You are not here to carry the weight of the entire world. You are here to tend your portion of it with clarity and love. May truth rise gently. May justice unfold wisely. May light increase in places that once felt unreachable. And may you walk through this unveiling not smaller, not bitter, but stronger in boundaries, stronger in integrity, and deeper in peace. And so, it is.